listeners, welcome into Guys Craft 2. My name is John, and I had planned on doing a lot of things this past weekend, and nothing just seemed to come to fruition. Actually, I'll post a second video later to talk about one of the projects that we have lined up and that we will begin working on next. But, when you don't have the projects done, you continue to have more projects than you have time. Then you stop and you go and get vaccinated and then realize you just lose like the whole weekend because just kind of knocks you for a loop and takes a couple of days to recoup. So that said, I did not get to do the sewing, quilting, anything really this weekend. I was just kind of a little peek it, and such is life. But as you know, and I've told you before, I am really fortunate that I live within 10 minutes of about 6 very high-end, very nice quilt stores. And when I say high-end, I just mean that they carry nice fabric. They carry top-of-the-line stuff. It's not like going to a Walmart and buying some of that type of fabric and that. And there's nothing wrong with Walmart fabric if you like that and it works for your projects. But I do prefer more quilt fabric. So with that said, I get an email this weekend that one of our local stores is having their 2-year anniversary sale. So they've got all these wonderful sales going. And I managed not to go all weekend because I knew I just don't need any more. So instead, I went today on my lunch break. And guess what? I just happened to find some things I couldn't live without. And that's the problem, again, when you do live close to some of the quilt stores and they have these big fashionable sales that you just kind of got to go to. So it is what it is, but I did save a lot of money. So that's what we will tell Curtis later, that I really saved a lot of money today. And I honestly did. So our quilt store actually is running a contest where they put together, each of the employees made a particular quilt, and then they sent it in to Villa Rosa, who actually put together the instructions, a picture of the quilt and that, and then you vote on the quilt that you like best, but all of these are available and you get one for free. So I picked mine up today. Mine is called the Radiance. I really, really like this quilt. It's actually a very simple quilt to do. It's actually just done in some strips and should be an easy enough project to knock out. But we'll see, because I'm sure it ends up in a book or in a basket somewhere for me to work on at some point. With that said, today was the 3-yard quilt sale, and she had 3-yard quilts made up, kits, and those were 25% off. They're 3-yard quilt kits with a total of 3.5 yards, and I just couldn't resist myself. I have seen this fabric, just never bought it, but absolutely just love this fabric. All these colors, all these geometric shapes, they just really scream out to me. She paired it with this fabric, which has got the white background and a more muted, the reds and purples and that. It honestly is probably not the fabric I would have paired it with for a 3-yard quilt, but we'll see. I don't dislike it. I like it enough that I ended up buying the kit, especially because it was 25% off today. So you just kind of had to buy it. She gave this black checkered checkbox coordinating fabric, and then a white with that checkbox as well. So that is my 3-yard quilt find today, and I will probably, sorry, I'm going to be off camera for a second. I am probably going to put this in a Ziploc bag, and this ends up on the wall of terror. That's what I think I'm going to start calling it, that hopefully one day we're going to get to and start doing all these projects. She also had one 108-inch wide fabric on sale. It is a black and white with this dark red, almost like berry. You know, these wide backs, it's hard not to get a wide back. I've gotten very spoiled, especially now that I've got the long arm and everything else. When you start talking about backing your quilts, the wide backs just make life so much simpler. This was actually in the clearance bin. So today I got 4 yards of this at 60% off. So it's like, how do you walk away when it's 60% off? It's too hard not to do that. So, I mean, that was just a tremendous bargain. And so I just had to get that. So I ended up getting that for like $30. So I can't do math in my head, so just forgive me. I have a Southern education, and math is not my strong suit. But I got 4 yards of that for right at $30. So you just can't beat that. Something else we had seen, Curtis had seen this honey pot in that at another store. Really liked that design with the honeys and all that. It's got like the teapot. It's all in the blues, which it's kind of interesting. I've got friends that like blue, and they do a lot of blues. We, for some reason, do very little in the blues, but don't know why. I can't tell you that. This pattern is called Tea Leaf, and it's RB Studios is the manufacturer designer. Anyways, this was on clearance today at 60% off. So it's like, yeah, I want to start some more spring projects. I have a lot of fall and Halloween stuff. I don't have as much spring stuff when you consider that's really when I want to get started in the next couple of weeks. So for 60% off, it's perfect. Sometime if you all remind me or ask, I will actually show you beehives that we made out of rope out of flower pots that we got from Dollar Tree. They were really cool and fun to make, and something that we actually had on our site at one point for sale. And it was just amazing how many people liked these rope teapots or beehives. So they would go perfect with this. I got the coordinating fabrics in this yellow gold. It is more yellow than it is gold, but it is the beehives that go with that fabric, I think. And so I bought that. And again, I just did into Volt because there just wasn't that much left of this. And yeah, this is again by RB Studios, and this is called Honeycomb, and they do call this yellow. So it's a kind of a goldish yellow. It's not yellow, but it's more of a mellow yellow, which is kind of cool. So again, picked this up to go with that maybe at some point. And again, have no idea what we're... today I just bought fabric. I did not buy it for specific projects. Sometimes when I go to the quilt store, I see something and go, oh, wow, I want to do a handbag in that. Or, wow, I'd like to do a 3-yard quilt in that. Or, hey, I just saw that Villa Rosa pattern I fell in love with, and now I know exactly what I would like to do sometime. That was not the case today. I just picked these up. I will probably make quilts out of this. I just don't know what pattern in that I'll be using. Then in the same light, they had this orange. It's a peachy orange. But again, I bought End of Volt in this. So I have the 2 coordinating fabrics to go with it. I think I definitely have a yard of each. So it may end up making a nice 3-yard quilt. We'll see. But I did like the way that turned out and the way that looked. And for some reason, I've been buying a lot of orange, it seems like, lately. And I can't tell you why I'm in love with orange. Someone goes, it's because it's Halloween. And I thought, yeah, but it's not Halloween fabric that I've been buying. It's just other fabrics. But I guess orange is probably my second favorite color. I love purple, but I do tend to buy a lot of orange. The other coordinating fabric that I got in this, and again, is called Tea Leaf, and this is the white. And so you can see I got all 4 patterns in this. So now that I think about it, probably really should think about doing at least one 3-yard quilt in this, and then maybe something else. But it was just this nice big bold pattern with the blues and that yellow and that honey. And now I've got the orange to coordinate with it and all that. really did come as a nice set. Kind of interesting. I'm not really a set person when it comes to fabric. I tend to coordinate and find what I like myself. But again, I think I bought into Bolt on this too. I think I bought into Bolt on all of it just because I knew it was so close, and it was 60% off. So again, when it's 60% off, how do you just walk away? I mean, it's just like, and she had other fabrics there in the clearance section for 60% that I didn't get, but the sale's going all week, so we'll see. And then the final one I bought, I really want to tell you the name of this, is called Sassy Summer Salsa. Free Spirit is the manufacturer, and this is that really reddish orange, and it just really jumped out to me. Curtis and I, as you know, really like that mid-century in that. For some reason, this kind of looked like a paisley mid-century. I think it is meant, since it has salsa in the name, it's meant to be more of probably that Latino heritage, maybe more around, oh my goodness, Cinco de Mayo, possibly. Not sure. Again, ended up buying this. It was 60% off. Have no idea what project or where it's going to end up. But for now, it's going to end up on a flipboard and be placed in the shelf until I can figure out what I want to do with it. But today was 60% off, and it's just, again, too hard to walk away. So with that said, that is all the treasures that I found on a Monday from my local store while I took a quick lunch break and ran about 6 minutes up the street to our local store. So I hope you enjoyed seeing some of the fabrics that we're grabbing. Definitely trying to get more project oriented. It seems like all we ever do is post shopping sprees, which probably tells the 300 plus followers that we have at this point that we do a lot of shopping, and we need to flip that a little bit. I'd like to say, because now that it's becoming fall and winter and the temperatures are cooling down, that we'll probably be home based a little bit more. The fact that we live in Arizona, and this morning it was cold here because it was 76 when I woke up, and we only got to 101 today in the middle of October, kind of tells you that our winters are very mild here. So no snow days for us, and no getting trapped in the house to get other things done. But with that said, I appreciate you jumping in. You're at Guys Craft 2. My name is John. Please hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up. Hit the bell if you want to be notified next time something pops up. But until next time, happy crafting.